are live. How are we doing?
Why? Hello, my friend.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Seem pretty hyped for this, huh?
Oh, I mean, I'm excited. I just want to have a good discourse.
Sure.
All right, so.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm catching whiffs of Pepe's in tones of Pepe's in his voice.
I don't know. We can start anywhere. Like, you're the one who put up the video and put up the stream and whatever. We can start wherever you'd like.
Of
It's your call.
course. So let's start with the olive branch. Ready? I think we both want to improve education, right? And I would be in favor of things like say like no homework, better training for teachers, smaller class sizes, like more options, like not just like the memorization box like some people in chat have like said. I think there's a lot of ways of currently fixing education, but I think where we differ is that I still believe in mandates for some flavor of education, one of these types.
Well, yeah, because we have it appears we have very different sort of perceptions on how the state should be involved in these sort of things.
Okay, so
yeah,
give me.
And I have a problem with
vermin hands. Oh no,
a state demanding that children have to go to a school, especially a school system that's deeply, deeply flawed.
So unless the school is quick question: would you be okay with mandates if school was perfect?
No.
Okay, so then that point doesn't matter.
I mean, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean that point doesn't matter?
The point about them not being them being flawed doesn't matter.
You said like you had a problem with state mandating like imperfect schools, and I asked if you'd be okay with the state mandating.
Yeah, no, I said especially when they're imperfect. But okay, yes, I don't really believe the state should or the state has a right to force people to do something that is something like education. I think you can make a more salient argument for something like vaccines, where it's a viral vector, it's a force of nature that there's nothing that we can really do about, that people spread to other people. So I know the first thing people tend to go to on this, and I've seen this online, is would you support the state doing vaccine mandates? I think that's a really complicated question, much more in depth. On a larger scale, I'd say no. But that's because a vaccine has to do with spreading a disease to other people. And vaccines are largely valuable, not just for the self, but for stopping a disease that's killing people. I don't think we can make that argument for school.
And I would disagree.
The disease is stupidity, and it must stop now. And Demonmamas are a case study for why it needs to happen.
I would say that a society where 15% of the population not knowing how to read or write, in a society where it's virtually like necessary to exist in society,
Dude, I don't know how to punctuate, and I catch so much shit for it. I don't know how to punctuate. I catch so much shit for it. And I know how to read. I know how to write, for the most part, obviously minus the punctuation, right? Like, essentially, I know how to spell words and shit. And I know, like, grammar. Like, I know how to not say, like, I is best at is good grammar, right? Like, I know how to avoid sentences like that. But, damn, I catch a lot of shit for not knowing punctuation. Holy fucking shit.
Say that is absolutely atrocious. I think that, like...
I agree.
Okay, so...
But I agree with you.
Okay, so if we agree with that, then my question is, I do not see any way that we can...
Can you use a semicolon? I cannot even use a period properly. I can't use any punctuation properly. Not a period, not a comma, not a semicolon. No.
The point where children will choose
or
their guardians will choose schools, depending on like if we say the guardians are oppressing the kids as well. If people will choose to go to school over literally anything and everything else they can do, how can we make school literally the best?
I think that's like a bit of an odd like hypothetical to set up, but
this is
do you use capital letters correctly? I mean, the primary reason why you'd use a capital letter is at the start of a sentence or the start of an entire statement, right? Or I guess a name, or for like when you type I, like when you're typing as an I as in yourself. Those are the only reasons. So yeah.
Let's deal with what you said there. So You stated that 15% of our society being illiterate and whatever, and I can't remember what the other thing that you said was, is really bad. I agree with you 100%. I just don't think that the solution is mandatory schooling. I don't think that mandatory schooling helps at all. I think that there's so many ways. If you can't imagine an alternative way besides threatening kids or their parents to get them to participate in school, I think that demonstrates the problem with the schooling system as it currently exists. School is like miserable for people, for a lot of people, especially neuroatypical people. And I say this as somebody who is not only neuroatypical but also succeeded very well in school, and also
I doubt it.
Grew up in like a cult. I don't think that mandatory schooling addresses any of the like
tenses, past tense, and shit like that. Yeah.
All it does is mean that there are punishments for the child and their family, for choosing to not, or deciding not, that they don't want to endure that system.
Okay, so let's like handle these separately. The first one,
and just so you know, I'm not like an education purist for everybody in chat. I'm not somebody who believes that if you have like a PhD, you have a superior mind to everybody else, or if you've been to school, you have a superior mind to everybody else. Most people in this chat room, most people on Twitch politics have a greater education than me. I stopped going to high school halfway through. I didn't go to half of high school, my high school years. You know, I just skipped 2 years of high school. And I only went to one like semester of college. It was, you know, bad. And I didn't even go to that semester of college. I only went to like one class, and I went there like once every 3 weeks.
We have a problem with the schooling system. Again, I agree with you. I don't think that's what we're debating on. You said that the school is bad for neurodivergent people. I am very much in favor.
I want to finish my high school though. You should.
School for people who either think differently.
Like, school is really, really good at making you like more money. There's a really big misconception that people go around thinking like school isn't useful for you. It's very useful for your career. Like there's this weird myth that like everybody that gets an education just stays in a dead end job like everybody else. It's just not fucking true. If you look at the earnings of people that have like 2-year degrees, 4-year degrees, 6-year degrees, you notice a staggering amount of money more that these people make, like, right, and what have you. So like, don't fall for the propaganda. What about getting? Yeah, trade is obviously something that like you can do without that kind of formal education that you'd go to a trade school for and shit like that. And that's probably something I would suggest to anybody who truly believes they can't go through a more traditional schooling system similar to myself. But yeah.
Or have anything else that makes school
Is high
harder.
school not mandatory in the U.S.? I'm pretty sure schooling is mandatory all the way up to 18 in the U.S., isn't it? Or is it 16? I think it's like 18, is it not?
Proving it, I still want to mandate them to have school. And I know you said that
16.
So then what I'm asking is, how do we ensure that we get enough of society? Because you agree that's a terrible thing. It's like if we have like a portion of society who can't read or write. Yeah. How do we get them to voluntarily choose this like education system of the new
Is it federally mandated? I have no idea.
Over literally anything and everything else they can do.
But yeah, truancy is barely enforced.
There's tons of ways.
As somebody that literally stopped going to school at the age of 14, truancy is not enforced. I missed in the first, when I was 14 and 15, I missed a total of 1 year of school. Like, it's not enforced at all.
To do that, like literally, there's so many. There's like almost an infinite amount of ways to do that. You can entice them with interesting things, stuff like, I don't know, there's like a million ways you could do this. You could offer some sort of things like, I mean, one great example is like the free lunches is something that gets a lot of kids to show up to school. That's one thing because it addresses an economic issue.
No, it isn't. You know, it's actually the funny part. It's funny she brings that up because I'm living proof. I walked to school just to get the free lunch, and then I walked my black ass home. That's what I did every day. I'm living proof of it. I can test, hand to God. That's what I did every fucking day. It's because they don't keep track of truancy. All I would do is I would go, yeah, you know what? I kind of want to eat. I'd walk my black ass over there, get my free lunch, and I'd walk my ass home. And they didn't fucking care because they didn't count me as like a dropout. My shit still worked. My free lunch still fucking worked. So I signed in that passcode every fucking time, and I walk my ass the fuck back home. That's what I'd fucking do. Like, I mean, good luck.
issue that prevents kids from going to school. It really depends on which part of the school that you're trying, or which part of people avoiding schooling that you're trying to deal with. So like you can name a reason why somebody wouldn't go to school, and I can try to give you a potential.
But to be good faith, it does help encourage people to go to school. To be good faith, it does help encourage people to go to school. But there's absolutely kids that do the same thing that I do, which is they don't go to school. They just go over there, they grab the lunch, and they fucking leave. Because also chilling with the fucking boys during lunchtime is pretty fucking fun. And God knows it's not well enforced enough that I don't get my free. I got my free lunch. I hung out with my friends, and then I fucking went home.
Potential solution for that issue. I just don't think that like. In the absence of solutions to these individual
my mother
problems,
fucking
that
hated
justifies it. Mandatory schooling, that justifies using the threat of law or the threat of the state against to force people who are deeply either suffering in school or who for whatever reason don't feel like the school system is ideal for them.
But you said that the suffering and the badness of the school is irrelevant to like the mandation of like people going. Like, what if we had like the perfect school?
Yeah,
we had a million options where like
sure.
Like,
you still don't get to force somebody to do that.
Okay,
you
but
don't
like
get to force someone to go do something like that.
Thanks for the name drop.
What reason do you see? Here's the thing.
I can give you the reason.
Wait. Hold on.
She asked him 2 questions and then slows him up.
Yeah, that's pretty true. That's true, and yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's pretty true. That's pretty true. I mean, that's true. Yeah.
Get scammed.
Annoying me about this conversation is that it's presumed that you must force people to go to school. There's nothing that says that you have to do that. There's no claim that you have to force people to go to school. What gives you the right? You have to give a reason for why you think someone should be forced to do something. If you're making the argument for why we should force people to do something, you have to give a good argument for that.
Of course.
I don't think there's a good argument to force people. I don't think it's a good thing to force people to do something that's like quote unquote good for them. Because I think there's
I truly, you know what's actually funny? I actually think my lived experience is more in line with Demonmama's shit. I couldn't go to school. I fucked that shit, man. No, I couldn't stand the social interactions. I couldn't stand being around people. I couldn't stand the systems that they used to be able to teach. I couldn't stand that. I couldn't live in that environment. It's just not something I could do. But the issue is that she's not getting to is even if we force people to go to school, we don't have to force them to physically go to school. We could force them to do online education. And if they don't meet merit within online education, some disciplinary action or whatever, XYZ, right? We could talk about what we do then. Like, if you don't meet specific criteria for online education, maybe you go to a special program or something like that, a special facility. Like I know there were special facilities at my school that were pretty much the same as online programs, but you went to a building. Or like it was like a trailer, right? And you would go there and they'd just have like a person there and everybody be on the computer and just do an online schooling thing and then you'd leave. That was easier for me than being at my house. Because if I'm at my house on my computer, I'm gonna play some fucking Dota. I'm just gonna be honest. If I was at my house on my fucking computer, I'm gonna play some fucking Dota. And so like getting people out there and into an online education program that like where you don't have access to like Dota and shit like that, or like video games, whatever the fuck you want to play, would probably help. It helped me. I fucking cruised through all of that shit as soon as I was put in an environment in which I didn't have access to like video games. I was like, all right, I guess I'll fucking do this dumb shit. And I did. And you know what also ended up happening as a weird matter of fact? I started listening to like politics shit because that was the only thing not blocked on the school's like YouTube pages was like political shit. So that's all I did. I just sat there listening to politics instead of like doing other shit like just, I don't know, listening to music or fucking podcasts. I just listened to fucking political shit all the fucking time. So like it was like getting doubly educated on fucking shit. It was pretty cool.
Problem with coercing people into like your particular like worldview, and I think that there's arguments that can be made. I think that there's all kinds of things you can do to convince people that
I'm telling you, man, that one YouTube video that isn't blocked on the school's fucking internet, dude, that's how you get kids to get engaged in whatever the fuck it is, dude. They'll watch a goddamn Blue's Clues episode if it's the only thing not blocked on the fucking school Wi-Fi.
your way of doing things is better. I just don't think that forcing them with the power of the state is the answer to that, especially in this particular context. I think there are places where you could argue that like force is more justified, and I think that we could run down that path. Like I said, natural disasters, plagues are ones where it's like, okay, if we don't step in,
I am 25 years old.
People are going to die far beyond this person. But that's not the case with school. You don't have that impetus.
Okay, so here are the two best, most basic reasons I can provide for why we should force somebody to go to school. All right?
Excellent.
First one, personal betterment. If wait, ready? If existing in society is it is necessary to have a certain degree of skills, whatever those skills may be. It may be basket weaving, it may be hunting, it may be reading, writing, arithmetic. Any of those things, if you need it to exist in society, you probably should know it for your personal benefit. No. I let you talk for 5 minutes. Please let me go through it. It's 2 points. Please, God. So it will help them do better in society, and for especially extremely young children, where these formative years are extremely important. I do not think they are personally capable of saying, "Oh, I will choose just to never go to school, and that's better for me." And you're saying you can't force someone to do something that's good for them? But we argued, and I'm not going to talk about the vaccine stuff. But
I mean, I think it's a poor comparison.
Okay, cool. I would say that in this specific case, being able to interact in society in a way that lets you do literally anything inside of it, you can't order food off a menu. You can't do you can't get a job.
No, you can't
do hobbies.
Wait, you can't if you can't fucking read or write and you don't know proper fucking grammar, you ain't gonna be ordering anything off of a menu because you're not gonna be able to get around. You're going to be talking to people, not understanding what the fuck they're saying. You're not going to know how to read the fucking menu. You're going to have to pay for an interpreter to follow you the fuck around to be able to do this shit. And I'm not talking about just reading. I'm talking about reading, writing, and grammar, right? When somebody says, "Hey, our specials on the menu are a cheeseburger, fucking mac and cheese and chicken tendies," right? And you're like, "I'll take the cheeseburger, mac and tendy, mac and cheese." Wait, hold on. So there's cheeseburgers. So wait, do you want all of them? No, I want the cheeseburger, mac and tendy, or I want the cheeseburger, chicken tendy, mac and cheese. No, okay, those are separate items. It's well, I don't know what the fuck a comma is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck separation is. You're going to have a hard fucking time. You're going to have a real fucking hard time, okay? You have a real fucking hard time. Obviously, I'm being a bit dramatic, but Jesus, I imagine acting like this. Dude, it is hard for me, even. There are several jobs I cannot do, and the only thing I don't know how to do is punctuate. I know plenty of other things when it comes to grammar, past tense, all the stuff that chat was talking to me about. All I don't know how to do is use periods, commas, and all that shit. I can't do several editorial jobs. I can't do any job that requires me to file reports on paper and shit like that because nobody's going to be able to fucking read them. Dude, I can barely interact with other streamers in DMs, right? Half of them complain about my fucking sentence structure, okay? It's just that. Let alone I can read. Let alone I can write. Beyond that, right? I know the grammar and shit like that. And she acts well, it's just not that big of a deal. It's just real fucking easy.
Require this activity.
Sure. Okay.
And you can learn it though. It's so much harder to learn at this day and age than it is when you're fucking 2 or whatever the fuck you guys learned it at. You guys didn't even think about it and you learned it. I can guarantee it. You guys just went through school and just fucking learned it. I have to sit here and fucking think, well, where does it go here? Literally, my girlfriend is a writer. And she's having trouble explaining these things to me. She's going through some of these fucking concepts on certain grammar and sentence structure. Dude, it is not easy. All right? It's not fucking easy. You need to get this shit in when you're a kid because it's a lot fucking easier to digest this information when you're a child.
Permanently, make you worse off. It's like if people don't learn to read until like 10 years old, it's harder for them to learn to read. So what are we going to do then? We're going to permanently allow people to cripple themselves in terms of their capacity for life because of that. And then the second argument is societal.
Get me in here, Hans. I'm a living example.
Society.
I literally, I'm not memeing you. I cannot do several jobs. There are several jobs that require typing reports, typing documents. I cannot do. And unless I go through a massive learning trip, which I have tried on 3 different occasions in my life. I have tried to learn these things and I've given up because fuck that shit. It's too hard. Fuck that shit. I don't care. Okay? That's what ends up happening. It's so bullshit that I have to make a conscious effort to learn this shit because I wasn't taught it. It's so fucking cringe. Now I have to be like, well, no, I have to do that. Whereas like half of you fucks don't even remember being taught this shit. You guys just know it. You just feel it. How many people that I've talked to, when I say, hey, where do you put commas? They just go, you just feel it, man. You just feel it. It's like, good to know, bro. Good to fucking know, dude.
It requires people being able to do these things. Read, write, basket weave, hunt. And we don't get them to be able to do it. Society will functionally collapse because people have zero skills to keep the society functioning. I think those are 2 very good reasons as to why we should coerce someone. I'm not saying forcing someone to school isn't coercive. I'm saying it is necessary coercion for the good of society.
Where something feels like a pause, put it. Here's the thing. I've heard that as well, and I've also heard that that's stupid, and you're a dumb fuck, unironically. So, fuck you. Fuck all of you. I hate everybody that gives advice.
Anything existing. So I would ask, what would we do for the super young kids, for like the 3-year-olds who don't want to go to school? Are they capable of making that discussion?
Yeah, sure. Have you ever talked to a 3-year-old?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I don't know if you know this, but like as a matter of like child psychology, like children are actually pretty receptive to new things. They don't understand the world. They naturally seek guidance from parents. But this is like a reason, like this is discussed so fundamental. Like we know this is why children are vulnerable to even negative things like abuse and things like that. It's because they trust their parents, they trust the adult figures in their life. And that trust right now is often taken advantage of and used to be really abusive. And that includes the school system. You can tell a child, hey, we're going to go to school today. Isn't that fun? You're going to meet new friends. You're going to do this thing. And most kids, they're going to go. I don't remember a single time in any of me or my siblings' childhood where anyone had a problem going to school. It was ever even necessary to issue a threat because we were excited to.
Okay, what? So? Good to know, privileged member number 1? Like, okay? Who the fuck asked, though? Like, what? She acts like there isn't kids. Like, there are people probably in her chat room that don't agree with this shit. There's probably people in her chat room that are like Pepe W, I haven't gotten sleep in 9 weeks. I had to drag my kicking and screaming kid out of their fucking bed, put them in the fucking minivan, and then they're like kicking their fucking juice box around inside of their fucking lunchbox. I'm so fucking tired. Somebody please give me fucking help. Like, what? Okay, cool. You were a really calm child. Good to know. Like, so what? Like, so?
Go there to learn, to have yummy foods, to meet our friends.
Yummy foods at school? Okay, now that is actually a privilege flex. No shot. She grew up at the fucking type of school that you get like the Uncrustables or whatever the fuck. God damn. The Sag.
To our teacher who we liked. These are all things that can inspire someone, inspire a child to go to school. I would love to know what the statistics are on the number of times that you have to, the law has actually had to be invoked for a child.
I trusted my parents to teach me about the Austro-Hungarian War.
Twitter quite a bit,
I was abused.
Which is that there is a sort of switch, a pivot at convenience between like a high school kid or a child that's like 3 years old. I don't think you have to apply any level of force to get a child to go to school. And if you do, then there's a reason. There's probably a reason for it.
Does
if a child
she
is
understand
screamingly
school
terrified
so
of school,
that poor families
then you can
wouldn't force children to work instead of school?
Why would that be relevant?
or standard school is not the right answer here. And
Waldos, thank you for the 19 months.
Have something else set up for them. Maybe they need a tutor at home because they have special needs. That sounds fantastic.
That's not abolition.
I don't understand.
That's not abolition.
Wait, that is absolute. Wait, what do you define abolition as? I would be really interested to understand what you think abolition is.
In this case, if you're like abolishing the concept of like a mandated school system, essentially you're saying we're going to send a tutor at home. What if the tutor gets there and they say we don't want to do anything? And you say like the parents. Again, this is like explicitly all anecdotal that you said you had a good experience and that you liked going to school.
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, cool. A lot of kids do not. A lot of kids hate going to school. And here's the
she can't say yes, I know, because her whole point of bringing up the point was that children love going to school. She can't. He's making the claim a lot of kids don't like going to school. She makes the claim that a lot of kids do like going to school. The implication is that a fair number worthy of consideration are there that don't like going to school. She can't make this claim after talking about the other one for like 20 minutes about how, yeah, children by and large all want to go to school. You can't agree with this claim. You just spent the last 10 minutes arguing against it.
In our case, they should be forced to on threat of law.
Correct, because it is necessary for society. So excellent.
With you.
Right, cool. So I let you talk for 5 minutes and let me go. So
ever went to school, and I am good. School is
you are saying that kids will willingly go to school if they're. Right now, you say kids like going to school because
Shlomo, they give it the 5.
But in the alternative world that you are suggesting, it is not mandatory to go to school, which means kids can choose to do literally anything else. And you are telling me, straight-faced, that they will choose to go to the school, even a fun school, over doing literally anything else. Consistently enough.
I don't know. This sounds like a really weird framing.
It's like not a weird framing.
Wait, hold on a second. A kid can do anything, literally anything else. Okay, so like what? They can do that. They can do that now. Kids can already do.
Just came in.
Sorry
They're
for
already
being
clueless.
Like, okay, let me ask you this, just so that I can get clear what you're trying to get at. Let's say you have a 6-year-old, okay, and it's time.
As somebody, Lavender Gunner, I would 100% skip school for Pokemon LOL. Every single kid would skip school for like Fortnite.
The parents, not the students. My mom didn't bring my siblings and I to school, and that got her in trouble.
Right, that's usually what happens.
Just get educated, it's mothered hard forehead.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's usually what happens is they go after the parents and they're like, yo, you need to get this shit in line or we're gonna fucking fine you.
Go to kindergarten, and maybe you get them to go for the first day. Okay.
Wait,
and
you I got them to go? Like,
Craig, that was my life.
Because when parents tell their kids to go to school... Wait, no, ask the question. Is when parents tell their kids to go to school, is that coercion? Like, is the parents like coercing the kids to go to school?
Are you... What's your goal with this?
No, it's a serious question. You said we can't coerce
people
to go to
school. Is that a serious question?
Yes.
Because it doesn't look like...
No, it's completely serious.
Okay, so let's say, hold on. When I say you get your kid to go to school, let's say you go, hey, 6-year-old, we have this brand new cool thing called school, and it's really great. You get to go do
the polar opposite, and then projecting her own force at the end. She thinks this is logic.
Why are you TTSing in the middle of a video, man? Who did you wrong, man? Why? Why are you doing this?
These things, and the kid goes, okay, daddy, okay, mommy, let's go to school. And then they go to school. No? And, okay, that's what I was going to ask you. What if they say no? What do you think should happen?
They say, sorry, buddy. I know you don't want to stay home, but you should probably go.
Okay.
Because
all right. And then what if they and what if they say no then?
You take them to school.
Okay. And what if they don't want to get in the car?
You pick them up.
You be a fucking adult. What the fuck is this? What if they don't get in the car? What if my kid doesn't want to eat fucking broccoli? Like, oh my god. What is it? You be a fucking parent, okay? This, dude, the leftist garbage has to stop. The leftist garbage has to stop. No, shut the fuck up, you moron. All right, the leftist garbage has to fucking stop, okay? And if that means getting kids into their fucking booster seats by force and driving them to preschool, then by God, they have my blessing. Holy fucking shit.
Okay, so you pick them up. What if they fight you on that?
Then if
do you beat your kid?
No, I'm not in favor of child abuse whatsoever.
Okay. So what happens if you can't get them to go in the car because they're terrified and they don't want to go to school? Do you say, okay, Let's wait until tomorrow and let's
nice
try this
video
again.
you got there.
Okay, congratulations. Yeah, we're done. We're done with TTS. That's crazy. Does she think like this is a much bigger argument? Do you think that this is a good question? Does she think you can make your kid do anything? What if your kid just doesn't want to do anything? Like at all?
And then tomorrow, and tomorrow they say the same thing, and they keep doing this. This kid never gets an education.
Sure, yeah, that's really challenging. That's a really challenging situation. The answer that you have to answer here? I don't have to answer that question.
Yes, you do.
You think they should? No, I do not. You believe they should be forced to go to school. I believe we should.
You pick them up, you put them inside of the car, you put them in their booster seat, and you drive them to school. All right. And after an exorbitant amount of pressure, kids will tend to go to school. I'm sorry, that's just the way that... I don't think that's child abuse. If that is, then I'm willing to have a conversation about it. I don't think putting your kid into a booster seat and driving them to school by, like, lifting them up is like that... I mean, I don't know. Like... I guess we could have this conversation. I don't think that's child abuse.
Seek out an alternative. If a child is terrified of going to school, we should seek out another way to teach them. Excuse me. If a child, yes,
not making them go to school is child abuse. I would personally be of that persuasion. I think so. I think it's your responsibility as a parent to make sure your kid gets educated. Now, however, it obviously depends, right? Like if my kid doesn't want to go to school because they're getting like bullied and shit like that, you know, maybe taking a couple days off and we could talk about like the bully. But if they don't want to go to school just because like they think learning sucks, like you're getting in the car, like come on, right?
Large children are, but there are of course examples where this is not the case. Largely with people,
it's obviously going to be case by case.
Severe behavioral or learning issues from childhood. Those things absolutely happen. So your belief is that you should physically pick up the child, force them into the car, and then what? What if they go to school and they're terrified and they're freaking out? What should you do then? I want to know what your view is. We should have the good
school. We should have the good school. And if that
okay.
And if that
so what if they don't like the good school?
Then they go anyway. I'll let them pick the best of all the bad options.
And what happens? And what happens if they don't want to go so bad? They're so terrified that they try to get out of school. What do you think they should do then?
We have.
This is, if we're arguing this in good faith, this is where I'd probably argue for alternatives. If your kid is like trying to fucking break out of school like it's fucking prison consistently, I would start talking about homeschooling, online schooling, maybe a tutor-based system, maybe a system where they go to a separate type of school. Maybe that's just not the right school for them. If they're like trying to fucking break out of it like it's Shawshank and stuff like that, maybe that's not like what 90% of kids usually do. What they usually do is they throw a fucking fit when you put them in the car. Like, I don't know why she acts like most kids don't do this. Like, most kids do absolutely go through a phase where they fucking hate going to school. They're going to kick and scream. They're going to kick the car seat while they're getting inside of the fucking car. But as soon as they, like, get there and then they get into the fucking school, they more or less, like, fucking deal with it, right? That's what happens. But in the case of these external situations where it really is out of hand, alternatives are not off the table.
Like you can have people. In this case, let's be anarchists here. Let's say we have a community watch that if they see a child outside of school, they will escort them back to school.
Okay, and what if the child says...
I think he needs to break bread with other forms of schooling. I think that's what he should maybe break bread with. And yeah, as Ahmad in his chat states, a therapist. A therapist would be a really good option at this point to, like, figure out what the fuck is happening. Because it's definitely not normal for a kid to be trying to fucking Shawshank their way out of school. Like, they're probably seeing, like, the counselor and trying to get a therapist in there and figure out what's happening. Definitely couldn't hurt.
I'm not going back to school. That place terrifies me. Even in the perfect school
system. Then we can get them help. We can get them therapists.
Okay.
That's not an argument for no school.
Wait, hold on a second. We're not. Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead.
No, Dio, we're not doing this.
The goal is to get people to go to school. I don't think that you need a mandatory system. I think there are other ways you can do this. If a kid is resisting to the point of like physical distress, I think it's fair to say, wow, there is something that is terrifying my child, and we need to go seek out a way to help them learn, a way to get them inspired in learning, whether we're able to talk them through it with maybe a counselor or a psychologist or whatever, or or to come up with an alternative way. Maybe we could do a homeschooling process, and maybe
okay. What if they reject the homeschooling process? What if they jump out the window and try and run away every time? Like
that's a question. That's a question
we can keep making this crazier, Demonmama.
No, we can't. Okay, wait. Please, wait. Hold on. Please tell me what your solution is. My solution there, if a child is that opposed to learning, then there might, like, I don't even know if there is an answer that anybody can have to that particular situation.
Therapy. We should get them mental
Wait,
assistance.
sure, that's what I said. That's not mandatory schooling. That's not mandatory schooling. You're now offering my solutions back to me.
No. The end result is getting them into a mental state where they will agree to the mandatory schooling, Demonmama. That is the end result.
Wait, that's not the end goal.
Yes,
no. Okay, so wait.
Okay, I think there could be a little bit more of a productive way of doing this, because if Demonmama doesn't submit to a very simple line of questioning, because right now the only questions that are being levied seems to be at Hanz for the most part. So it's pretty simple. What if a kid says they'll never go to school? What if a kid never participates in school? She says goes to a therapist. Yeah, what if a kid realizes that you're just a pushover as a parent, which is something that kids are renowned for knowing which parent they can push in which way and what they can get away with by doing this? What if they just realize you're a fucking pushover and you won't actually get them inside of a car and drive them to fucking school, so they never do anything school-wise? They never do homeschooling. They never do a tutor system. They never go to school. So they just sit there and play video games all day. They play Fortnite for the first fucking 20 years of their life. What do you do? Like, what do you do? You're just fucked? Because they know you're not going to do shit. You ain't going to do shit. You lack a spine. So, like, what the fuck? Is that just what's going to happen? They're just going to play Fortnite for the first 20 years of their fucking life? Jesus Christ. Like, her system, she's acting like Hanz's system breaks down if there's this fucking kid that's like 1 in a trillion that, like, fucking doesn't like going to school, thinks it's fucking Shawshank, goes to fucking the house, can't do homeschooling, can't do a tutor system, can't do an alternative schooling system, can't see a fucking therapist and shit like this, right? Like, there is no fucking way. Like, what do you do in this case? It's like, okay, yeah, all right, like, that is kind of an L, but in her system, it's just like, hey, kid, do you really enjoy, or do you not want to go to school? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not going to make you do anything to go to school at all. I'm going to be completely hands-off. I'm going to act like a fucking third party. I'm not actually going to fucking parent you, so just play Fortnite all day. Which one do you think is going to have worse outcomes? Like, Jesus, that's wild. That's fucking wild.
Then that's where we differ. My end goal is not to force children into school. My end goal is for children to be as happy as possible, as liberated as possible, as educated as possible.
What if they don't want to go to education? Every single kid. Let's say every single kid's afraid of the system.
It's this little Timmy all over again.
What are we saying?
Every single kid. Okay, so if every single kid is afraid of the system, then you have a failed system.
Wait, we have a failed. Wait. We have a failed. I don't disagree that we should make schooling as fun as possible, but I also think it's fucking stupid to think that every single kid isn't gonna like playing Fortnite or fucking watching XQC or whatever more than fucking going to school. All right, that's a part of being a human, is work. Doing the things you need to do are not as fun as the things that you enjoy. Playing video games, fucking being on your phone, fucking all that. It's never going to be their first priority. Demonmama thinks that there's these weird humans, small humans that we call children, that like their first priority is to get to school and start doing homework, right? Like, that's fucking wild. Like, no, of course they're always gonna be like, I want to play Fortnite. I want to watch XQC. I want to watch Trainwreck's Gamba stream so I can use your credit card. That's always what's going to happen every fucking time.
And I think discarded completely, and we should start
and I think if one child is so like so like scared and terrified mentally that they can't fit inside the existing
gambling
system,
is what gambling
them the assistance they need until they can fit back inside of it, because we both know this is so far removed from the majority of people.
Yeah, even adults suck at doing responsible things over fun things. I'm a fucking streamer, okay? I'm a degenerate fucking streamer. Don't I know it, okay? I'm a streamer who dropped the fuck out, went all in on fucking stream streaming. Like, there are absolutely people like us, okay? I have no other fucking job, dude. I am as degenerate as it gets. And when I'm done with streaming, all I do is I play fucking video games all day. I've been avoiding my responsibilities for the past 25 years, okay? I'm telling you, okay? Any excuse somebody has to be able to do something more fun, they'll fucking take it, dude. I'd say I'm a little bit of a lazy dumb fuck, though. I'm a bit of an exception. I am a piece of shit, dude.
So wait, well, hold on a second. Hold on a second. You're going off on a
what are we
whole
holding
tear.
on for? I'm ready. I'm ready.
No, you're going off on a whole tear. You're saying this is
I'm going on a whole tear. I
reality.
spoke for 10 seconds.
Wait, but you're going, okay, but going off on a tear is not necessarily about the time. It's about where the hell you're going with the actual conversation. So if you want to talk about, like, so you've revealed one thing, which is that you've said that the goal is to make them fit back into the school system. I don't think that that's a good goal. I don't think that's a good enough reason to justify anything. I don't think that
it's not good enough to justify therapy. We should just let them be terrified and scream the entire time. What about mandated therapy for people who are struggling? That kid doesn't want to go to therapy, Demonmama.
Absolutely fucking not. No, absolutely not. You think you should just like put someone into an institution just because they don't agree with you?
Whoa! Oh my god, good faith Demonmama at it again. Going to therapy is the same as getting institutionalized. That's fucking crazy. You know that Zoom call that you might have with a fucking therapist or some fucking... That's the same as getting fucking thrown up into a fucking asylum. Wild. Fucking wild. Only from Demonmama. You would catch that level of bad faith. Holy fuck, blink and you goddamn miss it.
Or because they have a behavioral issue? Is that what you think? You
think
the state should force kids into an institution?
If they cannot function in society, they are a danger to themselves and everyone else. They are running away from their family.
Wait.
Absolutely use force to get them in a scenario where we can use all the experts and technology we have available to assist them. Absolutely. Home therapy. We can send a therapist to the home. But what if they keep escaping the home? We'll use the community watch to bring them back. If they don't want to deal with the therapist, they don't want to deal with any assistance because they're so sad, so scared.
And in some cases, they should be institutionalized. But the issue with institutionalization is kind of like the Reckful situation because you do need to be careful with it. What I'm talking about with the Reckful situation is he was afraid of getting institutionalized. To my knowledge, again, he was institutionalized at one point. And a lot of people with mental issues fear this as well. Like if they talk about their mental issues like pretty broadly, they're just going to get thrown into a fucking asylum for 30 fucking years and never see the light of day again. And that it's just going to be terrible fucking torture. So they're horrified to be able to talk about it. So I think balancing those things is going to be really fucking hard. But obviously there are certain times where we do need certain institutions that can get people back on track. I just don't know exactly how that would look. I fully admit that. I don't know how exactly that would look. But that's that's a fucking a jump to the moon, a fucking rocket to the goddamn sun away from, you know what? If your kid is showing social deficiency, making them incapable of going to school, incapable of homeschooling due to attention issues or some shit like this, incapable of seeing a tutor and incapable of alternative schooling, maybe they should go seek a therapist and calling that institutionalizing kids. That is fucking wild.
School, they can't deal with regular therapy. They're going to run away from everybody. At that point, I would probably be okay with taking this child and putting them in a place where they can't escape from to get them the help they need. And so like this one super child who doesn't fit inside this
wait. Before you get any further, that's your super child that you've invented. I think that this child
your super child refuses to go to school. Like why can't the child also
my
refuse to go to
super
therapy?
child is that my wait, hold on a second. If you want an actual answer to that, I don't think this imagined super child exists or is even common, and I think it's such an outlier.
Right,
trying to build...
and it's the same thing with the kids crying about going to school. Sure,
that's not true. No, that's not true. I'm sorry. I have to call you on that. I want you to engage with actual facts on this.
What percentage of the population? What population of children are literally feral and will refuse to go to school in any capacity?
We're not talking about.
That's literally.
We're not talking.
That's literally what you're saying.
Okay, again, this is just getting to the point where I don't think
fucking feral, dude. He got me on that one.
You actually are interested in engaging in good faith. I think you're trying to.
I'm not engaging in good faith, miss. Well, they're not going to go to therapy. They're not going to go to school. They're not going to see a tutor. They're not going to fucking do homeschooling. I can't lay a finger on them to try and get them inside of the car. Like, I can only, like, blow air in their direction. Hey, kid, get in the car. Trying to, like, nudge them in the right direction. Like, I can't even, like, hold their hand to guide them to the fucking car. That's crazy. That's great. Yeah, he's bad faith, though. Yeah, watch out. You know, he's a snake.
No, wait. Hanz, I'm dead serious right now. This isn't memeing around. Like, I think you're being in bad faith. I think when I try to say, wait a second, I don't think the feral child is a good example for how we should structure a system or why we should justify or not justify using force to force people to go to school.
You're right, we shouldn't use the feral person. We should use the vast majority of kids who want to play fucking Fortnite instead of getting the fucking car to go to school. What the fuck?
School, and your response is, well, feral child. No, I was just about to talk about the fact that, as it turns out, and you should engage with this. I would encourage you as a colleague and in a genuine.
I'm engaging. I'm listening.
Excuse me. Hold on. I'm not done with my sentence.
Okay.
That you should go and look at what the actual situation is as to how people feel about and are traumatized by and hurt by schools. Because I can tell you right now, it's not all butterflies and rainbows, as you seem to be like sort of laughing about when you refer to this feral child. There are a lot of children who deeply suffer. And excuse me, I'm not finished talking. I would love to finish my sentence.
Nerds, thank you for the subber. First time.
All right, like I can see where you're at with this. Like this is why I said on Twitter that I felt like you weren't engaging in good faith, because I really don't feel like you are.
Okay.
I feel like you have your position.
I can tell you.
I feel like you have your position and you actually aren't. I don't think you're willing to engage. No. I don't think you're willing.
I told you all the
I don't think you're willing
how I think we can improve the school system. But like, if we have the ultimate school system and the kids are still doing this, they still did what you said. Again, you started the super child meme, not me. This kid.
No, you asked me what about a child that refuses
it. If we had to go to school. Like,
excuse me. You're prescribing me things I haven't said. First of all, if we had the perfect system, I still don't think it would need to be mandatory. I think you could get near to or literally 100% attendance without ever using mandatory measures. I genuinely believe that. I think that's very possible.
Absolutely fucking insane.
That's fine, but that's fine.
You can
call me.
I want you to explain.
Jesus, mother of peaking mics! Holy fucking shit! Put a limiter on that shit.
Point. I'll let you talk on this first. All right, ready? Okay, explain to me how we can make a system where school or education is so appealing that children will choose it over literally everything else in society.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure, for sure.
Please.
Yeah, it's super easy. So if wait, if you're trying to say that why I think that that's the case, I think kids like learning. And actually, it's funny because if you're willing to actually engage with this in good faith, you can go and actually listen to the
She's never been around children, dude. She's never been around children, dude. That's a no shot. That's a no fucking shot. Oh my god.
Professionals on.
I know what she's trying to do. She's trying to talk about kids like learning because they like exploring new things and exploring new ideas. That's true. They like doing that. You know, we all like, in a similar way, we all like exploring a new video game, exploring a new album, exploring a new, like, for music, exploring a new, paintings or artwork. We all like that shit because it's new, you know, it's cool stuff that we could look at, that we could learn, that we can engage with. That's a far cry from saying, like, learn when it comes to school. And her argument would be, well, just do it in a similar way. Like, her explanation for, like, why kids like to learn is the same reason why, like, you had access to cool math games. Right? And that's what she thinks all of school should be, is cool math games. And yeah, that'll beat out Fortnite. It's fucking cool math. You just go on coolmathgames.com and that's going to beat out Fortnite. You're going to like that more than... No. I'm just going to sit the fuck back. I'm going to get a goddamn dub, okay? That's why winner, chicken dinner. That's what's going to fucking happen, okay? You're never going to outpace the fun of video games. You're never going to outpace these things. Learning is fun, but the way that learning is fun is not going to be in a way that teaches you important life skills, right? People aren't going to be like, yes, you know what? today, kids, let's learn about trigonometry. Here's a game about trigonometry that'll teach you it as you go along. Fuck that shit, I'm gonna play some Dota, all right? I'm gonna learn about what this new patch has to offer. I'm gonna learn how to run my characters, you know, my position 3, position 2, or whatever, to a higher, like, level, right? I'm trying to get to immortal, all right, Gramps? Right? That's what's gonna fucking happen. That's what's gonna fucking happen. We like learning, but we don't like learning important shit. You know? Like, she's conflating shit. Oh, God, it's so weird.
Yes. Professional educators know that kids love learning. Hell, we've had massive improvements in literacy and in general education since the introduction of computer technology, because you can gamify things.
So
I see.
So the math game. That was some of my chat link posted. I had to make sure it wasn't a bad link.
I see.
Yeah, you had to make sure it wasn't a bad link. Was it
the math games are going to be more fun than everything else. Like, enough that the child will choose to pick the math games.
Dude, maybe.
I don't know.
We like Fortnite. We like Fortnite. We like Fortnite. We like Fortnite. We like Fortnite.
Oh
we like Fortnite.
my God. She doubles that. She's like, maybe the math games are gonna be more fun than any other game. Like, this fucking cool math game that this teacher is gonna make an app for a math game, and it's gonna blow up like fucking Clash of Clans. It's just gonna have trillions of fucking dollars in fucking microtransactions because everybody loves this fucking game. If your fucking 80-year-old grandpa is gonna be learning about goddamn fucking functions and shit in this goddamn game because it's gonna outpace all the fucking, like, Escape from Tarkov. That's fucking wild. And she has the audacity to say that Hanz is being bad faith. That's crazy. Only on leftist Twitch, only on fucking leftist Twitch you ever catch this nonsense.
Maybe. If they're not, wait, hold on a second, hold on.
Sorry.
If they're not, then make them better. Then do.
Wait.
So the math. So the math game. That was some of my chat like posted. I had to make sure it wasn't a bad link.
I see. Yeah, totally.
So the math games are going to be more fun than everything else. Like, enough that the child will choose to pick the math games.
Dude, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
If they're not,
maybe.
Wait, hold on a second. If they're not, then make them better. Then do better. We should turn to this. Here's what.
Dude, if the games that you use to teach algebra aren't as good as Escape from Tarkov and fucking Call of Duty, just make them better. I can't. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it, dude. I'm gonna fucking lose it. That's crazy. Holy shit. That shit kicks you in the chest.
What I'm saying here is we should turn to these things instead of forcing a child. If there's something that you have to...
She wants the largest fucking... she wants the largest game distribution company in the world to be the fucking teachers union. Like, I can't... Dude, the levels of delusion that we're on is just fucking wild.
You're 100.
Okay, hear me out. Escape from Tarkov, but every time you want to shoot, you have to solve an equation.
Example of something I think you might actually have to apply force to a child to do. If a child has a cancerous tumor on their neck and they're running around and you're like, we need to get this looked at, and they won't go in, you might have to bite that bullet and say, yep, we got to force this kid to go get that taken care of because it's going to kill the kid otherwise. There you go. I would be so much more open to that. But I think that should be used as a last resort. And in reality, I don't think...
Okay, what about if a kid is going to go blind? Let's do something that'll... put the kid at a significant disadvantage in life and that, you know, is currently not well suited for. Let's take something like that. If this kid doesn't go in and get an operation, they'll go blind. This would be something that I would ask Demonmama if I was Hanz. Like, what if a kid, like, or a good example could be the dentist as well, something more comparable. Like, kids fucking hate going to the dentist. And I swear to God, if she says otherwise, you could just hang up the call. So, like, a kid going to the fucking dentist, right? Like, what if your kid just never wanted to go to the dentist, right? But the dentist was always like, yeah, I mean, your kid isn't going to die. All their fucking teeth are going to fall out. They aren't going to fucking die, but all of their teeth are going to fucking rot. It's going to be super painful and shit. Like, they're not going to fucking die. So, is that okay for me as a parent to just go, you know what, fuck it, my kid just wants to eat candy all day and have all their teeth literally fucking rot because they never brush their fucking teeth and because I lack a fucking spine and I'm not going to parent my fucking kid? Is this what's going to happen?
We have to use force near to as much as we do right now. I think the reason we use force now is because
my Twitch career flashed before my eyes. Holy shit.
Because it's deemed as expeditious
Oh my
to
God.
a specific end, and because, well, as it turns out, if you make it mandatory to go to school, you can push it off onto individual responsibility.
Just make a dentist game.
The system fails them. That's why I think we use force. I think you can build a system that uses no force and would achieve close to, if not 100% attendance, by actually choosing to actively pursue things that aren't force and pursue force only as a truly last effort.
And cool, and you seem to take a lot of issue when I said use force as a last effort with the super child who like cannot function in society. They're willingly making choices.
Yeah, because you said that they should be institutionalized.
To get the help they need, absolutely. If they're a danger to themselves, they're a danger to everybody else.
Well, then I guess you and I just have different positions on.
No, but this is the last use of force. What
institutions?
What if they're gonna? What if they're gonna Roblox themselves? Like, would you be okay with force then?
I mean, me personally, I would.
What if the kids?
Excuse me, hold on a second. Wait.
What's the prescription?
Whoa! Don't. Oh,
Jesus
wow! We're gonna do
Christ!
Do it. All right,
I mean, yeah.
Listen. You want to hear?
Is this the infrared
if my kid was
2.0?
gonna,
God
if my child was going to.
Holy fucking shit! Oh my God! Yo, give a fucking warning! I think she peaked that shit harder than infrared did. Damn! She's got some lungs on her. Jesus Christ! Holy shit! Can we get a limiter?
Killed himself or was eminently in physical danger, then yes, I would tackle them. I would be like, look, let's get you out of the danger. I know you'll see through this on the other side.
What about other people's kids? Would you force them? Would you you wouldn't let the state take children from parents when the kid says they're going to kill themselves and the parents aren't doing anything. You're really going to let that happen? Really?
Wait.
That's what you're dying on right now?
Hold on a second. You're saying that are we talking about
I feel like you need to be more specific with this. But yeah, this would be wild if she agreed with it.
Like an idealized world? I obviously think that right now, in our current state of affairs, it's probably a good thing if a child is completely isolated from the rest of society, that we have a mechanism in place by which they can get out I don't think. I don't believe. Hold on. No, you have to let me finish. If you ask me a question, no.
Okay.
I will stop it. Wait, Hanz, I will stop right now. If you're gonna do this, I will stop right now.
You're allowed to run away. That's okay.
Bruh, I will stop right now.
I haven't raised my voice like.
All right, this is easy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is easy.
All right,
yeah, no, because
because
you're talking over me.
So the question.
You literally need to let me.
I feel like he should let her go. She's literally like burying herself in GTA 5 in this. Like she's like straight up like the more she speaks on this, the worse she looks. So I feel like he should just let her talk, but
finish on this.
Stop talking over me. Yes, I know we've come full circle.
I will not.
And you didn't.
Nope, I will not do that.
The content circle is here.
I will not.
The question was, if your kid is going to Roblox themselves, will you stop them and institutionalize them? And
yes, I would.
And you said yes for them.
No.
And then so what I'm asking then is,
Hans, I'm done.
And then I'm asking about for other people's kids. For other people's kids, would you be okay with the state doing that to other people's children?
All you fucking done is talk over me.
Going to Roblox themselves. That's
I really think this at the end here. I don't think he should have. I think he should have just let her keep going. I think he should have just let her keep going for sure.
Yes or no question.
Hanz, first of all, I'm actually done with this. We're not going to continue with this afterwards. I'm actually done. And consider this a serious mark on our friendship, because I think this is remarkably ridiculous. First of all, you asked me two different questions. The first time you said, would I personally tackle my child if they were in physical danger? Yes, I would take that onto myself. I would take the risk of potentially harming my child physically onto my own hands. And if I hurt them in the process, that would be my goddamn responsibility, because I chose to intervene there. Then, just very, very slippery, you just about 5 seconds ago changed the question when you said, no, wait, the question I asked you was whether you would have them institutionalized. And you never said that in the first situation, nor did I ever do that. This entire conversation has been you. Excuse me, I'm not even.
Hanz,
are you for real?
I'll give that to you.
He can't. This ain't it. He needs to just let her talk.
I'm done. Hans, I
think what I said was about like whether
Hans,
or not you would stop.
Are you for real?
But then you asked. But then I asked,
Hans,
would you stop
are
other
you for
people's
real
kids
right
from
now?
doing?
To be fair, she has talked over him way more, but like, I feel like with how this comes off, it looks like he's just being an asshole a lot more because Hanz wasn't pointing to, like, the issue with like debates like this is whoever points to it more and the person continues doing it more has the perceived win. So like, I believe Demonmama, I could be wrong, maybe I'm biased, I believe Demonmama has been talking a vast majority of this time and has been talking over Hanz more than Hanz talking over her. However, because Demonmama was pointing out when Hanz was talking over her and consistently pointing it out and he wasn't stopping, it makes it appear as though Hanz has been doing it to her the entire time.
It's
Hans, is this really?
Let's not even talk
wait.
About
is this
institutionalizing? Let's
Hans,
just
Hans,
talk about
Hans,
stopping
Hans,
like the Robloxing.
Hans, I'm done. This is disrespectful and stupid.
Okay.
And I mean that. Like, I mean that on a very real way. Like, I came in here totally ready to have an actual conversation with you. And what keeps happening is you'll ask me a question, then you interrupt. And when I try to be able to actually answer that question, then you accuse me of talking too much. But if you ask me a question, if you excuse me, you're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. Oh, nice meme. I love that.
I mean, yeah.
Is that a problem? Do you think you have a problem that I talk too much?
I mean, gish galloping is a thing. Like, you don't really stay on topic. Yeah.
You think that? Wait. Where have I gish galloped? Give me a specific example of where I've gish galloped.
I asked you whether you would stop your own child from Robloxing themselves, and then you said yes. And then the second question.
That's a direct answer, Hans. That's not a fucking gish gallop.
Complains about interrupting. Complains when interrupts as soon as their question is being answered. Like, this is just a shit show. This is just a shit show. But because he's not going to point to it super, super heavily, people are just going to be like, you know what? That's kind of cringe, but just move on.
And then the second question,
this is so stupid,
which you refused to answer,
come the fuck
was,
on. You know
are you in favor of a state interceding to stop someone from Robloxing themselves if
wait.
Thank you for gifting a sub,
hold on a second. Wait, do you want to watch back
First time
the VOD?
grifting.
I challenge you to go watch back the VOD, because if you go back and watch back the VOD, you didn't let me finish that answer at all. Not even close. I didn't even get halfway.
Gee, I wonder where we've seen that before. Maybe 15 seconds ago when you didn't let him finish his answer? I don't know. Maybe I misheard her.
What? You're doing it again.
Jesus,
you're doing it again.
Mother of
right
God.
Now. Literally every single time I respond, you start to interrupt me before I can even answer.
I wonder where he's getting that from. I wonder where he could be getting that from. I wonder.
This is incredibly frustrating.
All right, I'll give
and I know, and it's funny. I guess like
literally gaslighting. Let's take a look.
Well, as it turns out, if you make it mandatory to go to school, you can push it off onto individuals. Because, well, as it turns out, if you make it mandatory to go to school, you can push it off onto individual responsibility to blame people for when the system fails them. That's why I think we use force. I think you can build a system that uses no force and would achieve close to, if not 100% attendance, by actually choosing to actively pursue things that aren't force and pursue force only as a truly last effort.
And cool, and you seem to take a lot of issue when I said use force as a last effort with the super child who like cannot function in society. They're willingly making choices.
Yeah, because you said that they should be institutionalized.
To get the help they need, absolutely. If they're a danger to themselves, they're a danger to everybody else.
Well, then I guess you and I just have different positions on.
No, but this is the last use of force. What
institutions?
What if they're gonna? What if they're gonna Roblox themselves? Like, would you be okay with force then?
I mean, me personally, I would take.
Excuse me,
hold on a second. Wait.
What's the prescription?
Whoa! Don't. Oh, wow! We're gonna do the performative thing. Let's do it. All right. Listen, you want to hear? Me personally, if my child was going to like kill themselves or was imminently in physical danger, then yes, I would tackle them. I would be like, look, let's get you out of the danger. I know you'll see through this on the other side.
What about other people's kids? Would you force them? Would you like?
No.
You wouldn't let the state take children from parents when the kid says they're going to kill themselves and the parents aren't doing anything. You're really going to let that happen? Really?
Wait.
That's what you're dying on right now?
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh, I just realized that's a poor choice of words there, Hans. Oof.
A second. You're saying that, like, are we talking about like an idealized world? I obviously think that right now, in our current state of affairs, it's probably a good thing if a child is completely isolated from the rest of society, that we have a mechanism in place by which they can get out of that. But I don't think. I don't believe. Hold on. No, like I'm actually done with this. Like we're not going to continue with this after.
Wait, was that a cut?
I'm actually done. And consider this a.
Wait, it didn't restart, did it? That was a cut.
Serious mark on our friendship. Because I think this is remarkably ridiculous. First of all, you asked me 2 different questions. The first time you said, would I personally tackle my child if they were in physical danger? Yes, I would take that onto myself. I would take the risk of potentially harming my child physically onto my own hands. And if I hurt them in the process, that would be my goddamn responsibility because I chose to intervene there. Then, just very, very slippery, you just about 5 seconds ago changed the question when you said, no, wait, the question I asked you was whether you would have them institutionalized. And you never said that in the first situation, nor did I ever do that. This entire conversation has been you. Excuse me, I'm not even. Hans, are you for real?
I'll give that to you.
I'm done. Hans, I think
what I said was about like whether or not you would stop.
Are you for real?
But then you asked. But then I asked,
Hans,
would you stop other people from doing this? It's
Hans, is this really?
Why?
It's not even.
Wait, is this
institutionalizing? Let's
Hans,
talk about stopping
Hans,
like the Roblox thing.
Yeah, like this is. I don't know. This is really weird.
Hans, I'm done. This is disrespectful and stupid.
Okay.
And
it went back. No, it went forward. So it's supposed to illustrate a change in position.
Like, would you be okay with force then?
I mean, me personally. I would take.
Excuse
me, hold on a second. Wait.
What's the prescription?
Whoa! Don't. Oh, wow! We're gonna do the performative thing. Let's do it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Listen,
we're going back.
Yeah, me personally. If my child was going to like kill themselves or was eminently in physical danger, then yes, I would tackle them. I would be like, look. Let's get you out of the danger. I know you'll see through this on the other side.
What about other people's kids? Would you force them? Would you?
No.
You wouldn't let this. You wouldn't let this.
And then she later talks.
Excuse me. I'm not even.
Hold up.
Let's talk about stopping like the Roblox thing.
Hans. I'm done. This is disrespectful. Actual conversation with you. And what keeps happening is you'll ask me a question, then you interrupt.
So, is the inconsistency that this clip is supposed to show that, like, what, she's stating that he didn't ask a question that he asked? Is that what's going on?
I'm done. I literally don't want to engage with you anymore. I actually think this is one of the worst. I'm disappointed personally because, like,
cool.
And whatever. Like, you can say that's whatever.
Wait, like, why is she disappointed in him? She's talking about how cool math games stock is gonna rise to, like, fucking... like EA levels to like fucking goddamn Activision Blizzard. Well, not rise to Activision Blizzard. That shit is plummeting. Like levels of fucking market cap because Cool Math Games is gonna somehow beat Call of Duty, fucking Diablo 2, Diablo 4 because everyone's just gonna want to learn about algebraic equations. Like that's just the most bad faith thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm surprised a human entity can say something like that. That's just crazy. That's just fucking crazy.
But I came on here because you invited me on. You wanted to have a talk about this, and I've really genuinely tried to.
Why is every conversation she has the worst she's ever experienced, according to her? Listen, man, she keeps upping the ante every time. You know, you always gotta play. You always gotta play it. Fresh and new every time.
I don't think you did, but that's totally okay.
Really? Wait. Can you tell me where?
I know you're disappointed in me. I mean, you made fun of like the concept of like getting a kid to go to school, even though you agreed that like in certain situations.
Wait, did I make fun of that?
Yes, you did. You don't think you engaged with the question. You talked about like how to, in regards to like what's the important thing. I explained to you that like not having an education in society is literally life crippling for children.
Wait. And I never engaged with that?
Yeah, you didn't engage with that whatsoever.
I did literally engage with that.
I don't think she did, to be perfectly honest. I don't think she ever reasonably engaged with the individual that's illiterate. in society, the individual that illiterate, both, when it comes to the language and like mathematically illiterate. If you're mathematically illiterate as well as like illiterate when it comes to like actually reading and writing and shit like that, I don't think she ever discussed how that person is reasonably going to function in society. I never really heard that.
I don't know, just watch back the VOD. Like, I don't know. This is absurd. I genuinely did not expect like this level of actual bad faith from you.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, I don't think you are.
I'm not.
I think you're exactly. That's what I thought.
All right,
so
have a good one.
And that's where we will end this.
All right. Anyway. So, I love that. Wasn't ready. Didn't. Oh, I'm so mad. I'm so mean. All right, let me.
You heard it here first from Demonmama. Invest in cool math games if you want high ROI. Apparently that stock is going up because kids apparently really love learning. You heard that here first. Okay, so no. Just so we're clear, that was a joke. All right. No way that'll ever happen. I'm truly in disbelief that somebody could make such a claim. I really am. I didn't think somebody that respected themselves could make a claim that, like, that when cool math games isn't as good as Fortnite, isn't as good as Escape from Tarkov, your solution to getting kids engaged in that is just make it better. Yeah, as if, like, you're ever going to enjoy playing cool math games over Escape from Tarkov. That's... I'm tired, man. Pepe W's in chat. I mean, I'm just exhausted.